Meet Ikika Orimura, currently sweating bullets because he is the only guy trapped in this entire classroom. He spots his childhood friend, but she immediately looks away, probably disgusted by his very existence. The teacher forces him to stand up. The class stares like he is an alien species. He mumbles his name right before his sister barges in to school him. He is confused since she is rarely home, and her actual job is a total mystery. Meet Ms. Chifuyu Orimura, their homeroom teacher, who announces she is stuck babysitting these hopeless students for the next year. Naturally, the girls lose their minds with admiration. She is already sick of the fan club, convinced the administration dumps all the crazy ones into her class. Ikika tries a casual greeting, but she immediately asserts dominance, bullying him in front of everyone. He recalls she was a legendary pilot who represented Japan before randomly retiring to vanish into thin air. Realizing she is the teacher makes his worry pointless. Another teacher, Yamada, explains that the IS tech was made for space but is currently shelved. Thanks to regulations, military use is strictly off the table. Now it is just for sports and showing off. This academy is the only place training pilots for machines with zero real utility. Delusional students flock here from across the globe, hoping to live out their sci-fi fantasies. She wishes them luck, noting they are trapped here for 3 years. Ikika panics because nobody mentioned only women can pilot these things, making him the only male on Earth capable of running the machine, which is statistically absurd. He questions reality. The girls swarm him like he is an exotic zoo animal. Thankfully, Haoki Shinanono, his childhood friend, drags him outside for a private chat. Back in class, he is clueless, forcing his sister to step in and violently educate him again. Later, Cecilia Alcott, the British representative, strolls over to harass Ikika. He barely understands the terminology. She claims he is lucky to meet her. After talking endlessly, she offers help, bragging about beating an instructor to prove she is elite status. Ikika mentions he also beat an instructor, which immediately bruises her massive ego. Girls stalk him down the hall, but he ignores them like a true Sigma male. He reaches his dorm, where his roommate walks out wearing only a towel. Naturally, it is Haoki. The poor guy stares a little too hard. She attacks, sending him fleeing into the hallway, where a mob of girls immediately surrounds him. He pleads with Haoki to open the door until she finally shows mercy. She accuses him of rigging the room assignments and attacks again. Realizing they have an audience, she slams the door shut. She grabs a wooden sword to hit him, not realizing her underwear is attached. Misunderstanding his reaction, she decides to smash his face in out of embarrassment. At lunch, 3 girls interrogate Ikika. They are shocked to learn he knows the intense Haoki. In class, Chifuyu demands they pick a representative for the tournament. The job involves boring meetings and leadership duties nobody actually wants. Naturally, they vote for the guy. Ikika. Cecilia gets jealous, argues, and eventually challenges him to a duel for the position. If he loses, he is her servant. Chifuyu mentions Ikika gets his own personal mech for the fight. The class is stunned that a rookie gets a custom unit, while Ikika wonders why that is a big deal. Cecilia steps up to educate the idiot. She arrogantly explains that only the elite own personal units, noting there are fewer than 500 cores in existence. This news actually surprises him. Someone explains the core technology is a secret held by Dr. Shinanono, Haoki's older sister. Wait, Haoki's sister? The doctor hated mass production, so she limited the distribution of cores worldwide. Yamada later explains the machine syncs with the pilot's energy, so he needs to treat it like a partner. During break, Ikika invites Haoki to lunch, but she coldly shuts him down. He ignores her rejection, grabbing her hand to drag her along. He asks for help controlling his incoming mech unit. Haoki hesitates until a random girl volunteers, causing Haoki to instantly reverse course and demand the role since she is the inventor's sister. Settled, they start practicing kendo, a martial art specifically adapted for handling these machines. 1 week later, the students gather to watch the showdown. Yamada tells Ikika his custom ride is ready for launch. He suits up and flies to the arena to face Cecilia. She suggests surrender, but he refuses to back down. Cecilia opens fire. Ikika takes a hit, but immediately starts running to dodge the follow-up shots. He tries to close the gap, but she counters with massive seeking missiles. The missiles hit, but his armor evolves, deploying a shield that shocks the crowd. He lunges at Cecilia, but Chifuyu calls the match before he lands a hit. Confused, they listen as Chifuyu explains Ikika drained his energy supply on that sword. Yamada hands him a manual to actually learn the basics. Haoki checks if he still wants her training. He agrees, hoping this might finally improve their relationship, and they head back. Meanwhile, Cecilia starts developing a crush on her opponent. The next morning, the class learns flight mechanics, using the two custom owners as demos. Cecilia launches gracefully, while Ikika struggles to even get off the ground. She advises him to visualize the movement in his mind. When told to dive, Cecilia executes a perfect maneuver, pulling up inches from the floor. Ikika tries to mimic her and slams face first into the pavement. Cecilia offers a hand, but Haoki intervenes, creating immediate tension between the two girls. Later, Ikika is officially the rep after Cecilia resigns, admitting her experience gave her an unfair advantage during their duel. The journalism club arrives to snap photos of the custom unit pilots. They request a hand-holding pose, but the moment they touch, the rest of the class photobombs to get near the rare male specimen. Back in the room, Haoki apologizes for her earlier outburst. The next day, rumors swirl about a transfer student arriving from China. Cecilia worries about the competition, but others dismiss the threat. They assume the new girl lacks a custom unit, making her weak. The transfer student walks in and reveals she actually does own a personal unit. Ikika recognizes her as Rin, another childhood friend. At lunch, they reminisce while the rest of the harem watches with rage. Rin asks how he got here. He explains he got lost looking for his high school exams. He stumbled into a room, touched a machine, and accidentally activated the system. Hearing this, Haoki and Cecilia demand to know Rin's deal. Ikika introduces Rin to Haoki but totally ignores Cecilia, which annoys her. Cecilia tries to brag about her status, but Rin cuts her off, telling both girls to leave because their vibes are ruining her appetite. Later, both girls punish Ikika with intense training, leaving him face down on the floor, paralyzed by pure exhaustion. Rin shows up to flirt, asking if he missed her, but he deflects with a sarcastic comment. When Rin finds out he lives with Haoki, she decides she is moving in too, citing childhood privileges. She asks about their old promise. He forgets, so she slaps him. Frustrated, she storms out. Tournament day arrives. Rin is his first opponent, and his other two admirers try to hype him up. The signal drops, and they both fly to the center. Rin starts showing off, but Ikika tells her to cut the theatrics and focus on the battle. Blades drawn, they clash. Ikika tries to keep pace, but Rin's experience is clearly superior. She pushes him back, overwhelming his defenses. The intense duel draws a crowd, including his sister and the two girls who are basically his cheerleaders. Rin fires a shock cannon, blasting our protagonist into the dirt and shredding his shield energy. He scrambles up and starts running, evasive maneuvers being his only real skill. He needs a plan before he gets obliterated. He is wielding his sister's old championship weapon. He recalls Chifuyu mocking him during training, telling him that projectile weapons require brain power he simply does not possess, so he should stick to basics. She noted he is a one-trick pony. He considers a nullification attack and warns Rin he is getting serious. She knows he is bluffing and resumes the assault. He starts running again, but the spectators suspect he is plotting something. Chifuyu realizes he is prepping an ignition boost. It is a surprise maneuver using instant top speed to close the distance on an enemy. With perfect timing, he might actually stand a chance. The catch is, it only works once. As Ikika rushes in, a massive explosion rocks the arena, throwing the fight into chaos. The crowd looks around, confused and terrified. The system is down, something just breached the protective barrier. Chifuyu cancels the match, ordering immediate retreat for the students. An unknown unit locks onto Ikika. Rin yells at him to run while she stalls the enemy. Despite his incompetence, he refuses to abandon her. She reminds him he is weak, which hurts, but she steps up anyway. She intends to hold the line until teachers arrive. The enemy strikes instantly, forcing Ikika to save her with reflexes he didn't know he had. The beam damage is far worse than Cecilia's attacks. Even now, Rin is more focused on Ikika holding her than the lethal robot. Ikika demands an identity, but the machine stays silent. Yamada orders a retreat, but Ikika decides to play the hero, insisting he will hold it off while others escape. Rin tells him to get close while she provides covering fire. Smoke engulfs the arena, cutting off all communication with the outside world. Yamada panics, but Chifuyu stays calm, seemingly unbothered that her students are fighting for their lives. Yamada questions her chill attitude, but Chifuyu mistakenly puts salt in her coffee, proving she is actually freaking out internally. Cecilia begs for permission to launch, but the security shutters are down, locking everyone else out of the arena. She asks about government intervention, but the administration is already on it, declaring an emergency. Seniors are trying to hack the system. Chifuyu claims the army will deploy once the doors open. Now they just wait. Chifuyu explains Cecilia cannot join anyway because her suit is designed for crowd control, meaning she would likely shoot her teammates in a messy group fight. Cecilia tries to protest, but Chifuyu shuts her down by questioning her actual teamwork experience. Inside, Rin blasts from a distance. Ikika struggles to get close enough to swing his sword. He misses his fourth attempt, leaving him with only one shot left. The pressure mounts. Rin knows they need a strategy, but neither of them is exactly a tactical genius. Just as they share a moment, the enemy strikes. It attacks again. Ikika asks if these things have autopilot, but Rin insists a human must be inside. Yet this one acts different. It ignored their conversation, seemingly devoid of human reaction. An unmanned drone should be impossible. These suits require a pilot to function. Ikika assumes it is a drone and decides to gamble everything on one move. He orders Rin to shoot him for momentum, launching himself at the enemy, only to get swatted away effortlessly. Just as he is about to die, Cecilia blasts the enemy. The enemy fires a final beam, and the idiot jumps in front of it. He wakes up in rehab.